everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk a little bit and I'm going to be making a meal on survival food. And what would you do if you couldn't go to the grocery store? What would you have on hand? So today I'm going to take you from the garden to the dinner table. I think what we're realizing more and more with food now is we can't waste anything, and it's really important that we use our food wisely. So today I'm just finishing up packing up some of my black beans, and I thought about it and I thought, why don't I do a video on eating food that you have left over? And so what does that mean? Well, all of us, I'm sure, well, most of us maybe clean out our freezers and we find some food and we're just not too sure about it. I'm going to be showing you how we can tell if food is still good yet and making a meal using what we have. Now, I'm on a mission, and my newest projects are to use up the food that I have. I am no longer, being fearful of never having food again, and I'm going to be sharing you and showing with you all the different ways that we can use food that we have stored up. Now, some of us like to store food. We're like little chipmunks and we're like little squirrels, and we like to store food away for, in case times get bad. Well, eventually you get so much food, and that's where I'm at. I don't have a lack of food. But I do have a lack of videos telling you how to use that food that maybe is a little bit past their prime. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking my beans and putting them in canisters. And I thought to myself, we see all kinds of videos on recipes, on, discount shopping, but do we see a lot of videos on people using food that could be a little questionable? Now, of course, I'm not going to have anything on here that, wouldn't be good for you, but let me say this. Say you find a pack of ham that's a year in your freezer. It expired in 2021. Is it still good to eat? Can you eat it? Those type of videos. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. As soon as I'm done here, we're going to go out into the kitchen and I'm going to make food that's from my garden. I'm going to make a meal, and then we're going to check and see how can we tell if something is past its prime and we shouldn't eat it, or how can we tell that it's good? See, this is something that all I call old timers knew. My grandma always told me the things to look for finding things that were maybe not good anymore, or having good items and then not throwing them away. The younger generation, sadly, are not taught these things. But I grew up in the older generation where we didn't throw anything away unless it was inedible. So let me finish this up, and I'll see you guys out in the kitchen. So let's get the potatoes and let's get the green beans out and put it together, and let's check and see if that ham is edible. Let's go ahead. So the green beans are cut up. I just have to wash them, and I have to wash my little potatoes, and I keep my potatoes over here. Because I knew I was going to be doing a video on them, I put them on the shelf. That way it's ready to go. The potatoes have been washed. All right, let me go into the sink and wash everything up, and then we'll get started. All right, we're going to put the green beans and the little potatoes. They're called new potatoes. They're small, so we're going to leave them whole. We're going to use the rest of the chicken broth. And now we're going to use the beef broth. All right, now I'm going to get my cutting board. We're going to open this up and we're going to see if it's edible. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at it. Well, it does not look freezer burnt. There's no grayness or white to it. It's still vacuum sealed. Vacuum sealed means it will last longer. We're gonna open it up. I did thaw it out overnight in the refrigerator. First thing you do, you smell it. Well, it smells good. It smells just like smoked meat. So it smells all right. It smells amazing. It looks amazing. It was frozen the whole time. There's a little bit of fat. The fatty pieces I'm not gonna use. It's gonna give a lot of flavor. And it looks really good. Why does it look good? Because it has the color. It's the good color to it. If it be freezer burned, it would be gray and white. If it was off, it would have an off smell to it. It smells amazing, so we're going to use it. All right, we're going to put the ham in here. Now it's going to simmer and cook all day. And there you go, is a survival meal because it's using what you got. Survival meals are using what you have. You're going to see a lot more videos like this to show you and to help you into understanding what food is still good yet and what food maybe you should toss out. All right, everyone, I'll show you what it looks like when we're finished. So food is something that you don't want to throw away. Food is something that's becoming more scarce in the day and ages that we're in. And food waste is something that a lot of people are working hard to go against. So the least amount of money you can spend on food, the better. But you want to have that old-fashioned skill and knowledge to know when food is good and when it's not. So to recap this, if this food was not good, it would have been freezer burnt, which means it would have been gray and it would have been white. Also, it would have had an off smell to it. Off color, off smell. Those things you look for whenever you are getting meat out of the freezer. And if you knew that your freezer stayed frozen the whole time. That's another plus. You want to make sure that your food is frozen and it doesn't thaw out between freezing. All right, we'll see you guys in just a little bit when the food is done. The camera keeps steaming up, but this is a survival meal. Using potatoes and green beans from the garden and ham that was in the freezer for about a year. Stay tuned to next week to see what I find out of my freezer and see, is this still good to eat? Bye everybody. Yum, yum. I hope you make some of this today. Just take some green beans, some potatoes, add some broth, and see if you can find some ham in your freezer. Bye guys.